A review copy was provided by Stride PR, and this game was played on an Xbox One X. Hello everyone, Adam here, and today I'll be talking about Ion Fury from Voidpoint and published by 3D Realms and 1C Entertainment. As always, this will be a short impressions. For the full review, check out the link in the description. So Ion Fury is a classic FPS title made for modern gamers. Everything from the visuals to the story itself has been developed with the 90s in mind, and it works to the game's benefit. There are issues because the developers decided to remain loyal to this vision, such as the inability to aim directly up and recycled objectives, but it works in the game's benefit. It doesn't try to be more than it is, delivering a great first-person experience from start to finish. So what's the story here? Well, you're in the control of a corporal named Shelly Bombshell Harrison, who is part of the Global Defense Force. This bomb expert is one of the last soldiers alive in the ruined city of Neo DC and must stop Dr. Jadis Heskel and his cult army of cybernetically enhanced soldiers. You'll run and shoot your way through hordes of enemies with the occasional boss fight and locate some key items to stop this insane scientist and cult leader. The dialogue and visual gags are all have this dark comedy atmosphere, such as when Shelly encounters a red monster that looks like Lord Zed from Power Ranger and says, "This is the worst I've seen yet. This man has no dick." The advertisements are just as fun to look at as you'll shoot your way through hordes of cyber mutants while looking at these incredible gags. It's definitely a funny, dark comedy feel to it. But despite Ion Fury using that nostalgia to its benefit, it doesn't rely on it. Instead, it creates its own identity using these systems. The weapon variety would be as you expect from a game like this. You have shotgun, magnum, and so on. So some weapons do have alternate fires, such as the magnum being able to target and shoot enemy weak points, but you are strongly encouraged to run instead of shooting. Supplies are very limited in this title, and most enemies are bullet sponges. You'll constantly yearn for an ammo, health, or armor pickup, and worst of all, there's fall damage. Shelly cannot fall more than a few feet while taking damage, and when platforming, this is the worst issue of them all, since one misstep can mean taking avoidable damage. Also, if you're like me and prefer inverted aiming, well, you're in for a world of hurt as there is no option for that. I was able to circumvent this issue by switching to a mouse and keyboard, but it seems strange that the developers would overlook this option. Those who grew up with classic FPS games will have an easier time with Ion Fury, but this is still a difficult game. Expect to die a lot, but fortunately the checkpoints are reasonably placed and loading in is quick after death. However, during my multiple playthroughs, I did notice that certain sections of the stages would slow down, not because of enemy counts or activity on the screen, but just because I was in a certain part of the level. It's not a huge problem, but it seems extremely strange considering that this game shouldn't be as demanding, especially when you're playing on an Xbox One X. Also, be prepared for some navigation issues. I personally didn't have a problem, but I can see players getting lost since the map isn't helpful and there are no waypoints. Growing up with games like this, I always had that sense, oh, there's a grate, or maybe I should shoot it, or there are a lot of desks in this area, maybe there's a switch. But I can see people wondering where to go next and seeing that they have no location marker to hint at specific areas that they have to go. So you do have to put yourself in the mindset of a 90s first-person shooter in order to understand, oh, maybe this location is more important than others. Overall, Ion Fury is a terrific game and a prime example of first-person shooter games designed with this style in mind to be just as incredible as ever. It does suffer from issues that modern titles have resolved, but by keeping the design loyal to this specific concept, it maintains a solid direction without getting confusing. You know what you're getting within the first 5 minutes of playing, and despite the gameplay rarely divergent from kill enemies, locate key item, and do it all over again, it doesn't stop it from getting tedious because of the strong level design and challenging situations. All in all, if you love first-person shooters, Ion Fury is a terrific buy. I can't recommend this game enough. It is fantastic, and it's built for first-person shooters in mind. So, if you like first-person shooters, get Ion Fury. It's terrific, it's fun, it's challenging. It's everything you could ever hope from a first-person shooter, and I absolutely loved it. So there's the video. As I stated before, this was just a short impressions video. Please leave a comment, a like. Also check out the full review on NoobFeed.com, and I'll see you all next time. Stay awesome, everyone.